opinion, who's intimidated by the Israeli lobby in the United States Senate?
Well, first...
Name one.
I don't know.
Well, why would you say it?
I didn't have in mind a specific person.
Do you agree it's a provocative statement? That I can't think of a more provocative thing to say about the relationship between the United States and Israel and the Senate or the Congress than what you said.
Do you think the election that had to do with this Iranian government coming to power was free and fair and legitimate?
I noted that the term legitimate was not the term I should have used. I should have used recognized. That's the more appropriate term.
Were you correct or incorrect when you said that the surge would be the most dangerous foreign policy blunder in this country since Vietnam? Were you correct or incorrect? Yes or no?
My reference to the surge being the most dangerous.
Senator Hagel? The question is, were you right or wrong? That's a pretty straightforward question.
Despite that, White House spokesman Jay Carney today said he thinks Hagel will be confirmed. Joining me now from Cleveland is former Congressman and current Fox News contributor, Dennis Kucinich. All right, Congressman, you were up on Capitol Hill for a long time. You saw that hearing and how it took place and how Chuck Hagel carried himself. Rate his appearance from his point of view. Rate his appearance from A to F. Where did he fall in the grade level?
I think it's a B, and I'll tell you why. Because
B, you grade on a curve.
Well,
That's
maybe,
funny.
but he'll be appointed.
I wish I took classes from you.
Secretary of Defense. Look, he's a combat veteran. He'll be the first veteran, or first enlisted man who became Secretary of Defense. He had 2 Purple Hearts. He saved a man's life, took shrapnel to the chest. I mean, he could be an action hero. Instead, he's going to be Secretary of Defense.
Well, by that measure, John McCain should have been president in 2008 up against a guy who had no experience in executive branch, no experience in the military.
I have the highest regard for John McCain, and he's a friend of mine. And I actually went and visited where he was held in captivity with Congressman Sam Johnson. He's an amazing man, and I really like him a lot. This is about whether Hagel's going to be Secretary of Defense. And I think based on who he is and his service to the country, and he never voted against Israel in his 12 years in the Senate, I think that he is somebody who wants peace. He is strong. He'll keep us out of wars. I think that we need somebody in that position.
Here's what Bill Kristol. Yeah, here's what Bill Kristol wrote today. Chuck Hagel isn't a first-rate candidate for Secretary of Defense. He isn't even a second-rate candidate. Has there ever been a more embarrassing confirmation hearing than Hagel's for a major cabinet position, for a minor cabinet position, for a sub-cabinet position? We don't know of one. I mean, Congressman, I understand the White House says he'll probably get confirmed, and you know, guess he will. I don't really have any inside information. They say they have a lot of yes votes. But that appearance, I don't care if you like him or if you got 3 Purple Hearts or no Purple Hearts. That appearance, to me, was shocking. The fact that he didn't know the President of the United States policy on containment, he botched that. He had to have people come and hand him notes during the process. The fact that he couldn't answer John McCain's very simple question. He seemed confused, out of his depth. He didn't seem to know, I don't think, have a level of understanding or sophistication about American policy that one would expect. And that's aside from his positions.
Laura, 12 years in the U.S. Senate on foreign relations. He's a smart man. And he wouldn't be as far...
He just had a bad day?
Well, you know, this isn't Dancing with the Stars. He wants to be a Secretary of Defense. The troops will love him based on the fact that he's actually served and understands their problems. Look, you've got a high suicide rate in the military. You've got so many veterans who are committing suicide. Imagine Chuck Hagel. He can actually relate to them and try to do something about it. We need somebody who understands the troops.
Well, he's not being confirmed to be Secretary of Veterans Affairs. I think that would actually be probably a position he would be very well suited to. But this is a man who had his statement that he voted for the war in Iraq. Then he said the surge would be the biggest foreign policy blunder our military, our country had ever seen. That obviously was not the case. All he had to say was, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. I was wrong. Well, and he couldn't really bring himself to say that clearly.
Not perfect. The best choice, a courageous man. The troops will love him.
Well, Congressman, it's great to see you, and the President certainly is very confident. of that confirmation. And plenty more ahead as the factor moves along this evening. Joe Biden joining the list of people who think more gun control will not mean fewer mass shootings. And then another American embassy attack.